Yo, what's good, NFL fans? Welcome back to your channel name, your go-to spot for the hottest football breakdowns, rivalries, and untold stories. Today, we're diving into the Denver Broncos' absolute domination of the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday night, September 29, 2025, a 28-3 beatdown that snapped their two-game skid and showed the league they're still a force. We're talking Bo Nix's breakout 300-yard game, a defense that suffocated Cincy, and some quirky penalties that had fans scratching their heads. But that's not all. We're also pulling back the curtain on those sideline chats between quarterbacks and refs. Ever wonder what Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, or Aaron Rodgers are saying to the Zebras during timeouts? Spoiler, it's not just about calls, it's personal, funny, and sometimes even wild. From a ref trying to set up Steve Young with his daughter to Baker Mayfield's diplomatic, "I love them all," we've got the tea. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell. We drop NFL analysis every week. This script is loaded with insights, so grab a snack and let's dive into this 3,000-word deep dive. Broncos, Bengals, and QB ref banter. Here we go. Picture this. It's Monday night in Denver, and the skies over Empower Field at Mile High look like they're about to unleash chaos. 3 hours before kickoff, it's all ominous clouds, fitting for a Broncos team coming off back-to-back heartbreaker losses, both on the final play. They're 1-2, facing a 2-1 Bengals squad, and the pressure's on. But in true Rocky Mountain fashion, the weather flips, the sun breaks through, and the Broncos light it up with a 28-3 rout that had fans roaring. This was a statement game. The Broncos' defense, led by Nick Bonitto, held Cincy to a measly 159 total yards, against a Bengals offense missing Joe Burrow, sure, but still a masterclass in dominance. Meanwhile, rookie QB Bo Nix delivered his best game yet, dropping 326 passing yards, his first 300-yard outing. Let's break it down, starting with Denver's side of the story. The Broncos came into this game desperate to regain their mojo. After losses to the Chargers and another opponent on last-second plays, they needed a reset before facing the defending champion Eagles and a London trip. And boy, did they deliver. The defense was straight-up elite, suffocating Jake Browning and the Bengals offense. Nick Bonitto and crew made life miserable, holding Cincy to 21 yards on 18 plays across 5 drives in the middle of the game. That's a stat line that screams, "We're back." Bo Nix. This was his coming-out party. After a shaky Week 3 against the Chargers, where he ranked 26th in QBR and missed open receivers with overthrows, Nix looked poised. Coach Payton dialed up a balanced game plan, more intentional runs and targeting Courtland Sutton, who hauled in 81 yards. Nix's footwork was crisp, his decisions sharp, and aside from a late first-half end-zone pick, he was money. His previous high was 206 yards in Indy. Week 4's 326 was a massive leap. But it wasn't perfect. Penalties stung, 7 for 72 yards, with center Luke Wattenberg flagged 4 times. Denver was already tied for 4th most penalty yards in the league, and this didn't help. Wide-out Troy Franklin dropped 2 passes, a reminder of the offense's growing pains. Still, J.K. Dobbins ran for 101 yards, snapping a 37-game streak without a 100-yard rusher for Denver, last done by Latavius Murray in the 2022 finale. One head-scratcher, Evan Engram. The big free agent tight end, battling calf and back injuries, had a quiet night, 3 catches for 18 yards and a drop on 6 targets by the third quarter. Payton's been vocal about needing Engram in the middle against nickel defenses, but he's still searching for that breakout game. With Philly up next, they've got to unlock him. A troubling trend. Every Broncos opponent this season has scored on their opening drive, all 4 with field goals. Denver, New Orleans, and Tampa Bay are the only teams yet to score first in a game. Still, this get-right win was tidy, boosting Denver to 2-2 and setting the stage for a tough Eagles matchup. Now, let's flip to the Bengals. 2 weeks ago, they were 2-0, their best start under Zach Taylor. Fast forward, and they're 2-2, licking wounds after 2 brutal losses. Last week, the Vikings handed them a franchise-worst 38-point beatdown. Monday's 28-3 loss to Denver wasn't as ugly on the scoreboard, but it felt just as bad. The offense never found rhythm, the defense got gashed, and 11 penalties for 65 yards didn't help. Jake Browning, stepping in for the injured Joe Burrow, tried to push the ball downfield but struggled. He went 14 of 25 for 125 yards, no TDs, no picks, but just 2 of 7 on throws over 10 air yards. The offense was lifeless in the middle quarters, gaining 21 yards on 18 plays outside penalties. Compare that to 2023, when Browning kept Cincy's offense humming as a starter. This time, not so much. The run game, non-existent. Chase Brown managed 40 yards on 10 carries. The first half was a disaster, outscored 21-3, outgained by 210 yards. It's the second time in 3 years Cincy's given up 300-plus yards in a half. With Detroit and Green Bay looming, this loss stings, especially after last week's turnover fest against Minnesota. So, what's the vibe? Denver's defense and Knicks's growth scream potential, but penalties and Engram's quiet night are red flags. For Cincy, it's a wake-up call. Back-to-back blowouts expose holes without Burrow. Both teams are 2-2, but the Broncos are trending up, while the Bengals need answers fast. Now, let's switch gears to one of the NFL's most underrated dynamics: quarterbacks and referees. You see it every game. The white hat jogs over, taps the QB on the helmet, and they're chatting like old buddies. What's going on there? Thanks to ESPN's Josh Weinfuss, we've got the scoop on these sideline convos, from hilarious to heartfelt to straight-up strategic. And trust me, some of these stories are wild. Picture Joe Burrow in the preseason against Philly. He tosses a TD to Ja'Marr Chase, crosses the goal line, and referee Bill Vinovich taps his helmet. Why? Vinovich tells Burrow to thank Eagles LB Jeremiah Trotter Jr. for not crushing him on a free run. Burrow cracks up. That's it.